What's up guys, Adam here with eTrailer. Today we're going to be taking a look at some trailer ramp ends. So that's this right here. These are the Erickson trailer ramp ends, and this is just going to turn any 2x8 that you have laying around into a ramp. So with ramps, they're only good for one thing, and that is to just get stuff up onto your trailer or the bed of your truck. But a piece of wood like this can be very, very useful. So if you have a lot just laying around, you can make it into a ramp. And then whenever you're done with it and you don't really need it, maybe you're just doing it in the summers, then you can take this off and then you can actually just use this piece of wood. And this is a lot easier to store than an actual ramp itself. So basically what I did is I made these 6 foot long, just because these are gonna sit out about 6 inches. So it's gonna be able to fit in the bed of my truck without me having to have it overhanging on the back. So that's the reason why I did this. If you are gonna be loading it up onto a truck bed, I would definitely recommend making them a little bit longer. They might stick out of your truck bed, but if you do have an 8 foot bed and you have a 7.5 foot ramp, I think that'll be plenty. So it's not gonna be too aggressive up top, and then it'll still fit in the bed of your truck. So that's what we did here today. And I'm just a fan, just being able to utilize all this lumber that's just been sitting around for so long. It's kind of nice. So these are made of aluminum, and they do have a little bit of grip stuff right here, so you're not going to slip on here even if it is wet. But be mindful though, wood gets extremely slippery when wet. So what we do have is some grip tape. You can either just make it like kind of a ladder pattern style all the way down, or just put one strip. I definitely recommend putting some sort of traction on these boards, because water's gonna happen, whether it's just you're loading up early in the morning and you leave these outside. Just the dew alone will make this really slick. And once those tires start rotating, it'll start sliding off. But these are made of aluminum. They're not going to rust over time, which is always a plus. And again, the hardware is not included with the kit. When you are picking out your hardware, obviously you just want it big enough so it can go all the way through this board. But right here is about 1/4 of an inch thick. So add 1/4 of an inch to the measurement of this, and you want at least about 1/4 of an inch or 1/2 inch or 3/4 of an inch sticking out the other way to be able to get that nut on. And that's basically it. It's a really extremely simple product, and all you really need is some wood, some hardware, and just your hands to get it all installed. So we're gonna show you how we did it, so stick around. Once you pick out your 2x8 and you have it to the right length, all we need to do is drill some holes. So we can do this very, very easily. So we can just go like this and line them up. And what I used is a 11/32 inch drill bit, and that fits in there perfectly. And that's really all you have to do. I already have the holes drilled. So now we need to find our hardware. We do need to supply our own hardware with this. If you don't really feel like doing that, we do have a couple of different sets that will come with the hardware, but these do not. So it doesn't really matter to me which one's bottom, which one's top. So I'm just gonna put it like this. And I am gonna put the bolt head on the side I'm gonna be driving on, just because it's gonna be a little less abrasive on my tires. And you do wanna make sure you get long enough hardware. We actually picked a couple different size hardwares, and we had to go back and grab longer ones. So just make sure that you get the longer ones if you get the kit that doesn't come with. So just tighten this up, and then whatever hardware you use, obviously you're gonna need a socket. To tighten it all up. Get it nice and tight. You definitely want to get a bolt and a nut and not just a screw. You do not want that. You want to squeeze this board, make it as strong as possible. Once that's done, we'll just do the same exact thing for our other one. And that'll do it for a look at the Erickson trailer ramp ends. And I'm Adam with eTrailer.